Hi there. Tonight I want to show you something cool that I've had a lot of fun playing with lately. I saw someone create one of these, so I thought I'd share it with you. And that's creating an animation, kind of like a stop motion, just using Google Slides, and it's so easy to do. So what you see behind you is a just a little animation I'm going to show you how to make in a few minutes, just using a few graphics and with transparent backgrounds. And at the end of this video, though, I want to show you some other ideas how to use it in your class and attach a presentation from the gentleman that showed me how to do this. So stick around and learn how to do this cool thing in Google Slides. To start with. So to do this, I'm just going to go into this folder, into my main Google Drive folder for this one. But I've hit new here, and then I'm going to go to Google Slides and start it here. You could start it the other way by going up to your app launcher. Since I don't need any of this, any of these click to add title, I'm just going to select and delete these right away so I have a complete blank slide. Remember, when you're adding your slides, you can add your blank slide when you add more. You could just go there to add your blank slide also. To start with, what we want to do is add a background. So you want to think of a theme that you want to use, and I'm going to do a space theme in this one. So I need to get an image to change my background. So I'm going to be looking for some stars here. To do that, I'm just going to right click on this, and you can see I have a change background image, and I'm going to click on it, and you could change it to a color if there's a certain color you wanted, but I want an image. So I'm going to hit choose, and I'm going to do a search for it here, and I'm just going to put stars here. And I'm just going to pick one of these. I'll pick this first one here. And notice that results shown are labeled for commercial reuse with modification when I'm searching through Google Slides here. I'm just going to hit select and done. And then I have stars background. So this is going to be the basis of my for my little spaceship fight here that I'm going to do here. The next thing I want to put in, I'm going to go put in a moon here. So to do that, again, I'm just going to insert an image here. And now it's important that you know when you search for certain images to use this, you want to have transparent background. And what I mean by transparent background, you're not going to have any white around the edges or any other color. You're just going to be able to put on another layer and only see that part of the object that you want to see. So if I'm not using any of the uploads here, I'm just doing the search, but if you have the images already, you could search them in your albums or your Google Drive too. So I'm just going to go search, and I'm going to put moon, and I'm going to type the word transparent because this will kind of help me out and find it here. And I'm just going to use this first one here and hit select. And I'll have a transparent moon that comes in here. And you can see what I mean by transparent as this loads up. Around the edges, I can see it's just the moon itself. I'm going to resize this here. So I'm just going to grab the corner so it stays in proportion here and shrink this down, just like so. And I'm going to put it up in the corner, just like the example I showed you earlier here. I'm just going to put it right there. So the next thing I need is a spaceship. So I'm going to go back and insert another image, and I'm going to look for spaceship this time. I'm just going to get rid of the word moon and put spaceship. I guess I should put a space in there. And let's do the one with the alien on this one. So I'm going to select this one and select it, and again you'll be able to see it's transparent. I'm going to shrink this again here. And I'm going to put it actually behind the moon. Notice it's in front of the moon. I'm just going to make it look like it's going to be coming out from behind the moon. So what I'm going to do is change the order and send it backwards here. So I'm just going to have it peeking out here. So this is going to be my first slide. So it's going to start just like this. And all I have to do at this time is copy this slide like so. I'm going to right click, copy, and I'm going to paste it. So now I have a duplicate of my two slides here, but what I want to do is select my spaceship, and I'm just going to move it slightly. Now it makes a difference how many slides you use. If you want to have it smoother, you're going to have more slides and move it ever so slightly. And then if you add more, it's going to look a lot more professional here. Let me just close down my themes on the side here. So now what I'm going to do is copy my last one and paste it here. So, but on this one again, I'm going to click on my alien and I'm just going to move it slightly over again. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you in a second here. You can see how fast it is to make these slides here. I'll paste this and I'm going to move this. So I'll just give you an example using the arrow keys right now. I'm just going to click on the first one and just arrow through. So you get to see that I have a spaceship moving here, just like that. So I can keep moving it, and I'll make a few more slides here. At some point, you'll see me speed up this video just to get through the parts where I'm just duplicating everything over and over to get to the end, because I think you understand the point of just copying it, moving it slightly over, and then making that change again here. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue making this. So at this point, I'm going to add another spaceship coming in from off the side. And I'm going to go back to my images here, and I'll just use maybe a different spaceship. That's right on here. I don't know. Let's go with, it's one of those things you hate overthinking here. I'll just use this red one here and select it. And I'm going to shrink this one down. So I'm going to have this spaceship coming up from the bottom here. And so all I'm going to do is have it off the screen. So remember, I'm not going to be able to see all of it when you're presenting this. I'm just going to put the tip of the nose coming up through here on this screen. So now this nose will show. And then at this time, I can start going back to copying. But this time, maybe want to move a few, both of my spaceships. I have to remember to move. So I might move this one a little bit, and then I'll move this one a little bit, and then I copy. So I'll go back to my copy and paste now. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Like you could go on and on and on and make this pretty exact, but for this purpose, I just want you to understand how it's working. I'm going to add in some shapes to make it look like a laser from this alien right here to shoot at this rocket. So remember, you have all these shapes. So if you're doing a different project, if you just wanted to show arrows, that you took a picture of something you took and then you were putting arrows to it and we're trying to demonstrate how maybe it was air currents moving around the room or how hot air rises. But in this case, so if I just go and insert shapes this time, so if I go to my shape tool and I'm going to make, for my lasers, I'm just going to make it look like this angle here, and maybe I'll make them red. So I'll go back up and put it red like so, and then maybe I'll rotate it around so it's making sure I shoot at the rocket. Now I'll back this up a little bit here. So what I'm going to do with this each time is just continue to move it. So if I knew on this next one now, so if this one's shot, copy, and I continue pasting and keep moving now. So at this point, the laser is hitting the rocket ship. So I want to add some explosions on this now. So what I'm going to do is go back to my insert, my image, and this time I'm going to look for an explosion. Oops. And a transparent one. I'm going to use this one right here and hit select. And it's too big to start with, but what I can do is, so maybe I just want a little spark where that starts right here. And then I'm going to copy it again and paste it. But each time I'm going to have this grow a little bit more. Maybe I better delete that. And I can have it engulf the spaceship. Again, the more slides I do with a little less movement each time can make things look more exact all the time. Oops, I forgot to paste that, but I'll just make this one a little bit bigger here. So maybe what I'm going to do is copy paste this right here and spread this way. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go to the beginning and just see what it just arrow through. Just clicking on this, holding down my arrow, and I can kind of see I made a little space scene here. Now I could be more exact, finding maybe better graphics on it, but I'm just trying to show you the point of how this works. Now we want to be able to put this on the web as a website, and it's pretty easy to do this once we publish this as a website on this. The other thing is, don't put your actions in it, like don't put any sound effects or the or animation onto each of the objects in here, or else it might not work too. So I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to go Publish to the Web. So at this point, what I can choose is auto advance slides every 3 seconds, start slideshow as soon as the player loads. What I'm going to do is actually bring it to every second. I still will need to adjust it because 1 second actually is too long for each slide. And I'm just going to click on start slideshow as soon as the player loads, restart, and I'm going to hit publish. I'm just going to hit OK. So I get this link right down here that I can share. But this 1000, so this means the 1 second. See this 1000 at the end? If I change this to 100, I can speed things up. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm just going to paste the link in there, and you'll be able to see this is it at the time that it is, and you can see it's too slow here. So what I'm going to do is just adjust this a little bit here. If I go back and just paste back the link again, and then you see where it has this 1000 this time, so that's the 1 second it stands for. I'm just going to delete one of those zeros, then we get to 1/10 of a second, and I'm going to hit enter again, and then it speeds everything up. So if I adjusted that from 1000 to 100 and then send this link with people, if I share that link, it's going to be at that fast motion. So that's how you kind of add that real animation effect to it. So what I'm going to do now is open up a slideshow. I'm going to show you where I learned this from I was watching someone present this, and I thought, oh, this is a great idea to show other people. I'm going to show you some of the ideas that he has in his Google Slides. So let me switch over here. So this is Darren Maltese. This is the gentleman where I saw his presentation on this and thought, oh, this is such a great idea. I want to share this with more people. So you see his Twitter handle up there, so maybe give him a shout out if you like this. So I'm just going to show you a few more ideas that he had in his presentation. So I'm just going to jump ahead through his slideshow. I'll put a link to his slideshow down below. I asked him if that'd be okay. But you can see here we have our phases of the moon, we have a constellation, we have the airfoil. All these things are made inside Google Slides, using them for class examples. I'll just go show you some examples here, some comic styles that kids could have fun with. Not only kids, I mean, I had fun doing this. You can see again some other student samples here with chemical reactions. With just some other student samples with artwork. with CO2 and from how the plant takes and gives off, a picture of the room to show how air moves around. So there's so many different examples. You could do weather fronts. So yeah, play around with this. Show this to your kids because I think this could be a very easy thing to create some very interesting projects where the kids are going to have some fun. So if you have liked this, please share this with a few other people to get them knowing about that. Hit that like button. And if you like what you see, I do these weekly tech tips. So please subscribe to my channel. And I had a great time showing you this tonight. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.